Friends, welcome to the recap room. Let's jump into today's story. At the beginning of the story, we see two buses going down the road. Both buses are filled with female students heading to their classes. Among them was a girl named Mitsuko, who looked very cute. She was writing something in her notebook when her friends teased her, saying, "Do you always write like this? What will you even get out of making notes all the time? Look, everyone else is enjoying themselves, but you never do." Saying this, one of her friends snatched her notebook, and Mitsuko's pen fell to the ground. As Mitsuko bent down to pick up her pen, something shocking happened. Suddenly, a force came rushing in and sliced both buses clean in half. In an instant, all the girls were cut into two pieces. Mitsuko, however, survived because she had bent down to grab her pen. When she stood up and saw the horrifying scene, she was in complete shock. Terrified, she quickly got out of the bus and started running. It was then revealed that this deadly force wasn't anything physical, it was the wind itself that was cutting everyone into pieces. The same wind began chasing Mitsuko. Screaming, she ran as fast as she could. Along the way, she saw 4 more girls ahead and warned them to duck, but it was too late, the wind cut through them as well. Mitsuko managed to save one girl, but soon after, when they saw some girls riding bicycles, the invisible force attacked again. Despite Mitsuko's efforts to save them, all of them, including the girl she had just saved, were killed. Horrified, Mitsuko kept running. When she reached a river, she was shocked to see countless dead bodies floating in the water, victims of the same invisible wind. She changed into the clothes of one of the dead bodies and continued on. In the next scene, Mitsuko arrived at another school filled with female students wearing a completely different uniform from hers. Confused, she wondered if she even belonged there. Suddenly, a girl approached her. It was her best friend. But Mitsuko, dazed and shaken, asked her, "Are you really my best friend?" She couldn't understand what was happening to her. We learn here that Mitsuko and her best friend deeply loved each other. Just then, a strong gust of wind blew again, scaring Mitsuko into running inside the building. Her best friend, puzzled, asked, "Why are you shaking so much? What's wrong with you?" Mitsuko then told her everything, that an invisible wind had attacked and killed all her classmates. Her friend, trying to calm her down, took her to the window, placed Mitsuko's hand outside, and said, "See, it's just wind, nothing else." This gave Mitsuko a little relief, making her wonder if it had all been just a nightmare. Soon after, Mitsuko's best friend gathered 2 more girls, and together they planned to lock the classroom. Just as they were about to leave, their teacher showed up. Startled, the 4 girls ran away. They eventually reached a lake, where Mitsuko's best friend explained everything to her 2 friends. One of the girls suggested that maybe it was all real, like a mirror world, where everything happens opposite to this one. To prove her point, she threw a stone into the lake, saying, "See, I threw a stone here, but in the other world maybe I didn't." Suddenly, a crocodile emerged from the lake and devoured her. She shouted, "See, I told you, what happens here doesn't happen there, and what happens there doesn't happen here." Nearby, they noticed a bed by the lake. The girls began playing with the pillows, but far away, 2 other girls were watching them, one of whom was dressed as a bride, since they had married each other. Later, Mitsuko's friend said, "We have to do something impossible in this world, something that cannot happen in the other world. Our fate may already be written, but we can still change it." The girls returned to school and went to class. Mitsuko noticed a pillow on the floor. As she bent down to pick it up, her teacher suddenly opened fire on the entire class with a gun. By the time Mitsuko lifted her head, all the girls were dead, except her, once again. Her teacher approached her, furious. "How dare you try to close this class? You're going to die too." Just then, 2 girls appeared and tried to rescue Mitsuko, but another teacher arrived and killed them instantly. Mitsuko escaped with the remaining students, but soon all the teachers started firing at them. As the surviving girls ran outside, the invisible wind struck again, slicing them apart. Once again, Mitsuko was the only one left alive. She fled through crowded streets until she reached a police station. There, she told everything to a female officer. The officer noticed that Mitsuko wasn't wearing her school uniform. When she held a mirror up to Mitsuko, Mitsuko was shocked. Her reflection had completely changed. People were calling her by another name, and it turned out she was supposed to be getting married. The officer escorted her to the wedding ceremony. People congratulated her along the way. At the church, Mitsuko found her best friend there too. Confused, she asked, "What's happening to me?" Her friend whispered, "Stay quiet. We're being controlled. Just do what I say." Her friend helped her into a wedding dress and told her to walk down the aisle. But as she did, all the other girls mocked her. Enraged, her best friend began killing them one by one. When Mitsuko finally reached the altar, instead of a groom, there was a coffin. The coffin opened, and a giant pig emerged. Horrified, Mitsuko stabbed it with a broken bottle. She and her friend ran out of the church, fighting off 2 more girls who tried to stop them. Running again, Mitsuko found herself in a racing arena. Other girls told her, "You're a great runner. Why are you standing still? Run!" Mitsuko started running and felt a surge of energy. She even saw her dead friends cheering her on. But soon, the pig and the strange women from the church appeared again, chasing her. Some girls yelled at Mitsuko, "Leave this world." Later, Mitsuko stumbled into a dark, deserted place where she met more students in uniform. They told her, "We're all dead, and we'll kill you too." But just in time, her best friend appeared and saved her, urging Mitsuko to scream her name loudly. Mitsuko did so, and suddenly she returned to her true form. Her friend then showed her a wire attached to her body and begged, "Please, pull this out so I can escape this world." Mitsuko, terrified, hesitated, pulling the wire might kill her friend. But after being pressured, she finally pulled it. The friend's body split in 2. At that moment, a door appeared. Mitsuko stepped through it and found herself in the world of men. Posters of her were displayed everywhere. A man approached her and said, "You're in the future now." Shocked, Mitsuko fainted. When she woke up, she saw an old man playing a video game. In the game, Mitsuko saw herself as a character. The old man told her, "I created this game. I'm the one controlling all of you. You actually died long ago, but I recreated you using your DNA." Mitsuko realized she was inside a game. The old man urged her to complete her final level. But Mitsuko remembered what her best friend had said, "If you do something impossible in this world, you can escape." So, instead of playing along, Mitsuko strangled the man who was calling her and then stabbed herself with the old man's cane, saying, "Stop playing with us." The old man was stunned. He never imagined Mitsuko would do that. By killing herself in the game, Mitsuko changed her destiny. Though she died in the game world, she survived in the real one. Later, we see Mitsuko lying in a snowy field. She was finally back in her real world. The other characters, too, escaped the game after killing themselves. And that's how this mind-bending story comes to an end. Your thoughts matter, share them in the comments. And if you had fun, show some love with a like and hit subscribe for more.